Hello again, Tenno. I am the Galaxy, warlord of Ghost Clan veXus, and I want to begin in this video by saying that this run is pretty special because of the pumpkin helmet, or at least I think. But I also have not seen this done by anyone, so I'm pretty sure I'm the first to reach level cap on defense, and the first to break defense, and I could gladly say I did it solo. But if I am wrong about that, please provide me with video evidence of the run, like I have mine here. With that said, let's begin.
The enemy is at our doorstep. You must defend our equipment until reinforcement arrive.
The Grineer have no honor.
Sorry for the delay there, guys. I didn't want to interrupt the Lotus or my operator there. But anyways, I used my Avara, and I used her quiver. I used the cloak, the sleep, and the noise arrows. I used the cloak arrow to keep the pod invisible because the enemies did not see the pod, and that's because the game is registering it as a moving target defense, kind of like you see in the sorties. So all I had to do is keep the pod invisible. I would also use the sleep arrows to sleep all the enemies, to then dagger them. I also used the noise arrows to get enemies unstuck from their spawn, as many of you know what I'm talking about, because it's annoying when it happens. I also used Prowl because I kept getting out of the bubble due to the animation of daggering. This would cause spawning enemies to shoot because I'm visible daggering. So together, I would use a fresh bubble for the pod. Right after, I'd sleep all the enemies and switch back to the cloak arrow at the same time going into Prowl, which leaves me to just daggering the enemy. Then wait for the next wave of enemies to come, and rinse and repeat, and that's how I used my Avara. I also used my Pox as a corrosive build to take away their armor fast, and to kill them fast. And then I used my Sheath with covert lethality to kill all the enemies later rounds. And I also used my Dread, just because it's my favorite weapon, and it's also my most used weapon. I also used my carrier to revive me in case I went down, but just so you guys know, I did not go down or die once throughout this entire run. So all my carrier did was gather resources for me. I also used my gear, and in my gear, I used energy pads, health pads, and ammo pads. I also used air support charges from the Mantis set. I used the synthesis scanner because I didn't have the Nox fully scanned, and I used the fireworks for the end. Things to note about this run though is that enemies stopped spawning at the very start of wave 565. I did not have a weapon to kill myself or enemies to kill me or make me fail, so I was forced to abort the mission. So I could not get a leaderboard picture because of that, but that's not my fault. My main problem in this run was not the Noxes, it was the Heka Masters, and that's because if they spawned the Kavats at a high level, I couldn't kill them the way I wanted to because they're laying down. You'll see this happen at wave 304, and it was not fun killing them because it took me 15 to 20 minutes to kill 2 of them. And the reason why the Kavats spawned was because the Heka Masters got stuck on the stairway, in which you will see an air support charge occasionally there to prevent them from getting stuck there. However, air support charges do disappear after 20 minutes of being placed, just so you guys know. I also keep a timer with me when I do a defense because I can keep track of how fast I'm completing waves without me wondering. So I was completing 100 waves in 3 hours all the way through. A little bit longer from wave 300 to 400 just because of the Kavat spawning at 304. So to those wanting to know how long this run took me, it took me a total of 18 hours to complete. I also took pictures of my exact build, where you can find links to in the description below. And addition, I did want to say that this idea of Avara turning the pod invisible will work on both Sari's defenses, Hydra on Sedna, and it also works on the other defense of Sedna, but requires more than one cloak bubble. However, this does not work on the defense of Stockler Lua, but I can see this getting patched because I found this idea on the Kula Fortress defense, in which this idea does not work there anymore because it got patched. and that's why I can see this idea getting cast all together later on. So yeah, I will also be giving 3 5-packs of unveiled ribbons if this video gets 5,000 views by December 26th. So I'll be giving 5 rifle ribbons, 5 secondary ribbons, and 5 melee ribbons. 3 winners will be chosen at random, and to enter, just leave your gamer tag in the comment section below. Keep in mind, we play on Xbox One, so this is only for the Xbox One players, guys, so I apologize to PS4 and PC. Lastly, I wanted to say thank you to VexionZ II for helping me polish this run to its full potential, DE for setting difficult challenges to overcome, and for everything you do to make Warframe happen. And thank you to the rest of the clan for staying together. And together I know we can overcome any obstacle or challenge that DE sets in our path. And most importantly, guys, I wanted to say thank you to my queen, and the queen of Clan VexusZ, Antidote Galaxy. I know you're no longer here on this earth, but babe, thank you for helping me create this build, for helping me shape who I am, for being part of my life and allowing me to be part of yours. I love you, and I will truly, truly miss you. And before I go, I wanted to say, if you guys play on Xbox and you want to have a chance to win ribbons, leave your gamer tag in the comment section below, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Until next run, the Virus Galaxy locking out.
Reinforcements available. Reinforcements available. Extraction is ready, unless you can handle more of the enemy. Reinforcements. Reinforcements available. Extraction. Reinforcements. Extraction is ready. Reinforcements available. Do you Extraction is ready.
Transference still holding.
Reinforcements available. Do you choose?
Prepare for incoming weapon support. Med tower deployed.
Extraction is ready.
We fought with honor.
Extraction is Reinforcements available. Reinforcements. Extraction is ready. Reinforcements available. Extraction is ready. Reinforcements available. Reinforcements available. Reinforcements available. Do you choose to leave now? Extraction is ready. Unless... Extraction is ready. Extraction. Extraction. Reinforcements available. Extraction is reinforcements available. Reinforcements available. Extraction is ready.